Welcome back to TFC Modcraft. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Yesterday, or no, not yesterday, last episode, which in a way is yesterday, I suppose. Whatever. Last episode, I started doing some stuff like with the Totems of the Dawn, putting us over there and in another location over that way to see their effect on removing taint and whatnot. And they do have a certain positive effect, but it's not necessarily permanent, and it's also limited in scope. But I have since then been thinking about this a lot, and I have, I think, come up with a contraption that will help seriously improve the taint situation in any given location where this contraption is located. Let's see, I'm going to need these. Okay, the first thing I'm going to need is to get myself the ability to see information about the taint. So I'm going to need some compasses. And along with the compasses, I'm going to need, let's see, V's crystals, some taint crystals, and some gold. That should do it. And let's see. So if I pop these in there, and V's crystals and gold, that should make me V's detectors, and I'll need a couple of them. And yes, I need to feed the machine to generate the V's I need in order for it to work. Two V's detectors and a couple of taint detectors. And that taint tank is starting to get full. You'll notice there's only one there. This is because in doing stuff, I messed around and the taint got to be so much that the tank exploded. Yeah. Alright, that's enough of those. And that tank is going to burst soon. Let's see. Put another one on there. I don't know if that will help the situation or not. Alright. Now I need, let's see. I need inventory space. Okay, I need vaporous crystals, 2 of them. And a couple of these. And a couple of these, and finally 2 of those. Okay, so V's detector, taint detector, one of these, one of these, one of these, and that. And that will get me a thermometer. I'll need 2 of those. Alright. Okay, now a couple of thermometers along with some gold and some should be 1 gold, and I need to dash back here to look for leather, because I didn't think to provide myself with that. Alright. I think 3 leathers should do it. And I gotta do something about this machine soon. It keeps spitting out stuff because it's overflowing. Stuff like, yeah, it's trying to terminate several different items, and it's not working out well. Let's see. I think like that, and then the leather, bang, goggles of revealing, whatever. Alright, now I can see the vis and taint values for the local area, and these little indicators on there tell me what's going on. That is a big help. Right here, I can see how much is in there. There's 500 taint in that one. That one's full. This one's got 114. Yeah. Alright. We need to fix up the tankage. And for that, we're going to need some thaumium. And here, got some thaumium reinforced tanks. Now, what I'm going to end up doing here is making a little bit of a mess, because I'm going to break these taint tanks. And I know that's going to release a mess, but it's temporary. Alright, and I'm also going to rewire where this stuff is going. Alright. I want the taint to go over to the other side. Come on. Really? You're going to do me that way? Alright, maybe not there. Maybe here would be better. Alright. And over here, maybe we can just run that right into the bottom of the tank. How about that? No. Those are regular tanks. I don't want to use regular tanks anymore. Yeah, thaumium reinforced tank. They have a higher capacity and they won't explode if they get over full. Alright, so now I could go ahead and do the rest of these. Get me some more obsidian. Drop it in here. I suppose I should have tested the flow into this tank before doing anything with it. There's quite a supply of taint in there. Maybe when the machine finishes. Well, it's doing the last one now. Perhaps when this thing finishes drawing vis out of it. The taint didn't go anywhere. Perhaps it actually does need to go into the side. Alright, we'll try that. The stuff isn't going anywhere. Oh, it could be too far of a trip. All right. We'll break that. And break this. Oh well. No, not on this side. How about, no, here? I see a conflict there. Come on. see if I can route it over this way and then down into the tank. Apparently there's no suction pulling it. Irritating. Alright, let me try another arrangement here and I'll be right back. Alright, this is working. I just put it over here closer and it's pulling it out of the crucible. Great. Alright, I've got this, and let's see. I'm going to break these up and replace the V storage with thaumium tanks as well. I'm sure spilling the V's out into the atmosphere will not be a problem. Make this taller as well. That'll do for now. Okay, so we've got that sorted, and I've got my goggles of revealing. Next up, let's see. I am going to need a V's pump. Let's see. That's going to be, let's see. Arcane bellows. Let me see. Okay, I need one of these. Vaporous crystals, some enchanted wood, more leather, and some iron. Alright. I'll go get the iron or the leather and get that made. All but one piece of it. How about that? Shouldn't need much more of it, at least I wouldn't expect to. And let's see, some vaporous crystal and some iron. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of these since I have the resource. Hello? Oh, of course. I allowed the tanks to become empty because I spilled them all over the place. Alright. Now are you going to run? Oh. Derp. That's a crafting recipe, not a atomic machine recipe. Okay. So, like so, and the leather. There. Alright. That's the bellows. And then I need more enchanted wood. I'm running out of this stuff, so. Oh heck, how the heck do you make this stuff? I have to keep looking to an off-camera resource. Okay. The wood and a crystal. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, alright. These conduits, the bellows, the blue crystals. Bellows, conduits, crystals, and the enchanted wood. Alright, these pumps. Next up. Oh, for crying out loud. need a Vise condenser. Let's see, that's a Vise crystal, and okay. Another regular crafting thing. Where's the iron? And a Vise crystal. Alright, iron, like so. More conduit. Vise crystal. And some more wood. Okay. And now we need Vise purifier. For that I need some enchanted silver wood. Alright, I've got some silver wood. And yeah, that's going to be, more than likely, it's going to be silver wood and probably Vise crystals. Yeah. Okay. Gotta supply it. And notice these you can only get one each. Alright, what I need now is a Vise purifier, a couple of silverwood logs, some gold, and 3 of these for each machine. Alright. Some gold. More gold. And we've got like that. And a couple of silverwood logs each. Vise purifier. Now the Vise purifier is cool because you send Vise, it's like you send taint into it, like pipe that stuff into it. The Vise purifier will, apparently at I don't know what rate, probably slowly, destroy the taint. It won't just like there's a thing called a Vise filter, I believe it is, that will just end up leaving the releasing the taint out into the atmosphere. This thing will actually destroy it. So let's see. There is another thing I need. Yes, and for this I need the other machine, the one that runs on taint. Oh, it doesn't work that way. The dark infuser. This thing. Alright. Some obsidian, a slab, iron, and a tainted crystal. Alright. Okay, where's... Do I have something for... I gotta... There. Alright. Yeah. Like that. With not just one, but 2. And a slab, and the tainted crystal that I thought I had, but apparently I don't. Ugh! I swear, I actually am a lot more organized than it seems. There. Dark infuser. Alright. Now this thing runs on... It needs a Vise line and a taint line coming to it. Let's see. I'm going to have to work out a better arrangement for this at some point, but for the time being... I'm going to be really clunky with this. It'll be clunky and ugly, and I don't care. We'll just pop it down here, conduit, like so, and then this one, no, this one here. We'll just see if that works. To get the concentrated evil, I need some soul sand, and I'm trying to get a look at this, and it's not working. A tainted crystal and a slab. Do I have any of the soul sand here? Of course I don't. All right. And my requester pipe. Now, there we go. Get me some of that. Get me some tainted crystals. And I still have the slabs. So, okay. Great. It's working. Only need one of them for right now. All right. Now let's see, where were my machines? I got the V's pump. I got the V's purifier. This goes into... all right. I need to look up my notes, and I'll be right back. All right. Crafting mess taken care of, and I hope that I have remembered to edit that down to a bare minimum. Otherwise, there won't be a whole... This will end up being too long. All right. This is the first of 4 experiments. And you'll recall I put these totems of dawn down here to see what they would do. And this one was placed in a little cave area here where all of this stuff, every bit of it, was taint. And it has done a great job of reverting it in the, basically, it's the center of a 5 by 5 by 5 area. So 2 blocks in all 6 directions from this thing have been reverted back to their original stuff. And now I'm going to break it. And then I'm going to go up and break the other one up here. And then I'll head on to experiment number 2. Actually, I'm going to put these away. I don't want to bring them anywhere near experiment number 2 just yet, because I have come to the conclusion, as was suggested by somebody in the comments last episode. I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but I do think that it actually does appear to be true that the Totem of Dawn does have some effect on the local area, even if it's just in your inventory. Exactly how much of an effect, I don't know, but I have been noticing some visible effect that happens when I have it in my inventory, even if it's in an ender pouch, that do not happen when I don't have one in there. So, now I'm going to go through this portal and we'll get to experiment site number 2. Alright, this one, you'll recall, was where I found a place that was loaded with taint, and I put down Totem of Dawn, and it is doing a very good job. You know, the taint has been, this area was completely tainted, and it has reverted very nicely. Now, I did an extension of that. This area was totally tainted. I put another Totem of Dawn down there 2 blocks down. Whoa. Dude, please. I'm busy. Oh, for crying out loud. Thank you for exploding, blowing up terrain, and releasing a cloud of toxic waste. Now I'm going to go ahead and break this one. But I'm going to leave that one. And now I'm going to get out of here so that it no longer affects the area. And I'm going to put this one away, and I'll meet up with you at experiment site number 3. Alright, this is experiment site number 3. And you may recall this place as being a spot that I was going to put down a totem of dawn. As a matter of fact, I did briefly, and then I picked it back up because it seemed really odd that just as I came in here, this is where the discovery came about that having a totem of dawn in your inventory apparently affects the local area, because things were starting to revert before I even put it down, and so on. Now I'm basically leaving the area alone. There is no totem of dawn here, and I'm watching it, checking up on it once in a while, just to see if the taint begins to respread or what. Although from what the goggles are revealing is telling me, 3071 V's 1045 taint, it sounds to me like there isn't a huge chance of taint spreading here. Alright, now to experiment site number 4. Okay, here we are. This is the big test site. Now, this place, as of about the time of last episode, it had about half as much taint in it as it does now, in terms of the terrain and the purple goo and crap on the ground here. Yeah, this stuff is spread. It has pretty much taken over this entire area, which looks to be, I haven't actually measured it, but it looks to be about at least 4 or 5 chunks worth of terrain that has all been converted over to taint. Even the trees and the creepers and any chickens that spend any great amount of time in here, and the tainted pigs and so on. Yeah. By the way, I have noticed that while creepers can become tainted, skeletons, zombies, and spiders do not appear to have tainted counterparts. At least, not that I have seen. It would be an interesting experiment sometime to enclose one in a place it couldn't get out of and expose it to high concentrations of taint to see what happens. Yeah. Anyway, this is where I want to put together my little gadget. First, I think it would be a good idea to get rid of this guy. Oh, come on. Thank you. Alright, this is where I want to build my contraption. Okay, the V's condenser. It turns out I had it all along. Oh well. You may be familiar with this, but it's a device that you put sort of different kinds of V's crystals in there, and it draws V's out of the air. We have these buggers. Of course we do. Which are very annoying. So it draws V's out of the atmosphere. The reason I got the concentrated evil is, I guess you gotta right click it on the device. There we go. Now it can use taint crystals to draw taint out of the air, and the taint will then be routed, where's my pipes, over to wherever you're going to send it, like for example tank. And then what I want to do is have these purifiers. Tank, put down a V's purifier. Apparently I put it in the wrong direction. So how about like that? I don't know which end is which. I don't know if it matters or not. I'm going to put down a second one. And then from there, we'll have some more pipe. And where is it? The V's pump. this applies the suction necessary to get these things to draw vis from the tank and run it through there. Now what happens is they each have a little internal buffer. They can hold about 4 or 5 or something like that. And so pop that. Oh. We want to pop it down here like so. And now I'm going to put some taint crystals in there, and that thing should now be drawing taint out of the air. It runs kind of on the slow side, so I am going to hang out in the area here and just watch, and I will check in after a while. Alright, checking in real quick. I expanded this a little bit. Instead of having just 2 purifiers, I've got 4 of them in a row now. And the vis pump is pumping into the tank. There is 4 taint in the tank right now, which means the purifiers are not getting all of it. I may go back and make some more purifiers and see how much it takes to get all of it gone, so that none of it actually gets to the tank back there. In fact, I think I will do that. I will be back after I've done that and there's been some time for something to happen. All right. Quick update on things before I end the episode here. The vis levels at the position of that torch, so in this chunk where that torch is in, when I started this, the vis level was at 2550 like it is now, and the taint level was at 6915. And you can see there at 5955, it's almost 1,000 points down. The machine is working. It is destroying the vis. I've got another torch here, 1 chunk over, and its values have not changed. And the values of this, another chunk over, have also not changed. Let's see. We have some some taint in the tank here. 29 taint. Not big deal. But let's see. I put 16 taint crystals in this thing. It has used up 6. There's 1 more in there being used, and it's got 9 more to go. I've got another 16. I'll pop into it later. I'm wanting to figure out how long they last. It's the one downside of this thing, aside from it being slow, is that it's powered by taint crystals. So next episode, I'm going to look into growing taint crystals to power it with. There is ways to do it, so I'm going to look into some of that. And otherwise, it's not had any visible effect on anything yet. The big test, I think, is going to probably come when the taint level is lower than the vis level, and also then lower than the vis level of neighboring areas and so on. I want to see if this thing will affect just this chunk, or if it will bring the taint levels down in neighboring chunks once this one is pretty much almost cleaned up taint-wise, or at least the taint in the atmosphere. Obviously, the terrain, I don't know, I may need to bring in Totem of the Dawn for that part. Don't know. I'm taking it 1 step at a time, trying to be reasonably scientific about it and study it in a reasonable fashion here to see how this thing goes and how we can clean this mess up, hopefully in a permanent fashion. And reducing the taint level in the area is a big part of reducing this, of cleaning this up permanently. In any event, it's already been quite a while here. This machine was built about 11:30 a.m. today. It is now 10 minutes to 1 in the afternoon, and I still need to get this thing edited and rendered and start an upload to YouTube so that it actually becomes viewable sometime around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or maybe a little later. Well, that depends on internet speed and how YouTube takes their time sometimes with processing and all of that. So what I'm going to do is I've got a little perch here directly above that torch, and I will let this thing run AFK here as much as I can over the next few days to watch these levels go down. In the next episode, we'll get some more results and look into growing taint crystals to power this thing. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.